Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays, and I'm in the Pommern, a tier 9 premium German battleship. I'm on the map Shards in a 3-point domination game, so the top tier, which is pretty amazing, and well, there's a carrier which is less amazing. Now both teams have already lost a cruiser. We are actually already about 4 minutes into this game. It just took me a while to get in position here. Now, we are looking good on camps. There seems to be some action going up north. And while here south, I'm in a pretty aggressive position, right? We technically have the ships, but the Sumo and the Friedrich are a bit in the back. So the question is it a good idea as a lone Pommern to push into 4 enemies? The answer is usually no. Yeah, but I might be doing it anyway. So, I'm currently just engaging the Sumo, that's good news, right? I have my secondaries going off there, the Sumo is showing full broadside, of course that doesn't mean I can get a good hit. There's an Nagato coming in, also broadside. So you'd think, right, with the amount of broadside shown to me that I could do a lot to them. Well, the Sumo is now at least a bit angled, so I guess we should temper our expectations. Well, I never had any expectations to begin with. Actually, my biggest expectations right now are to torpedo the Sumo. Now this is where Pommern is at home, right, when your secondaries start flying. Rolling a Nagato and a Sumo together is not something that I have too much of an issue with, I guess. Of course, the guns can still hurt quite a bit. Now, you know what would be ideal? If I could get a good hit on the completely broadside Nagato, right? Tier 7, not really that great armor, and yeah. Well, now we come to the torpedo the Sumo part. The problem is the Sumo is probably getting off one more salvo. I need to make sure those torpedoes sink it or it will ram. And no, it did not get off a salvo, so that's good news. And now a destroyer appears. Well, the good thing is I have a Hydro running, right? And the Merker has very slow torpedoes. Now I'm going to focus down the destroyer because it's a really big threat at this distance. But with the torpedoes being so slow and the Hydro, even like a slow Pommern is probably able to dodge. Yeah, my biggest issue is the Nagato is sailing towards my broadside, right? So I want to angle against the Nagato, but I don't want to be too broadsides to the Merker, or, you know, even his slow torps will hit me. So there are his torpedoes. Wait. Yeah, I think I can just go straight ahead. Oh, those torps are slow. So the destroyer has been dealt with. He has obviously come to... Well, on one hand, he wasn't close enough to make sure his torps hit, but he was close enough that he couldn't escape my Hydro, so his smoke did nothing. That's good news. Now, a Nagato. You know, tier 7 ship, you'd think I can easily deal with it. It's going broadside, so I'm waiting a little bit longer. I'm aiming the low waterline-ish, and obviously nothing happens. You know, if I could just sink this Nagato, that would be amazing, because this Nagato's broadside is going to be... So I'm even launching torps here, because I'm not convinced that I'm gonna sink it otherwise. Well, actually, my secondaries are probably doing a good job there. You know, the problem is the Missouri, right? If I angle more against the Nagato, I show my broadside against the Missouri, and damn it, he got shells off! Yeah, that hurt. So overall, this push worked out a lot better than expected. It was a risky push, right? I'm not denying that, but this time it worked marvelously. Honestly, I was expecting to probably like take 2 of them down and then sink myself. As you see, my support ships are still there behind me. And I'm down to 425 hit points, but I'm not detected. Now, if you look at my detection circle, right, that Missouri is almost detecting me. He's 300 meters away. So I'm not shooting unless I'm detected. So now I'm gonna shoot once again. Nice flush full broadside. We are aiming low waterline-ish, and yeah, that don't expect. Well, I expect to sink here, right? So, in come the shells, and... Oh, I'm still alive. And I got a heal. Oh my. Now I didn't do much damage to him, but you know, I guess my offensive RNG is pretty bad, but my defensive RNG is pretty good. So there is that. Now, as you can see, my support still hasn't arrived. That's one of the reasons why like you see, I'm not sure how aggressive they would have been if I hadn't pushed. But even with my push, right, they are still like this. Friedrich is still behind an island and can't even engage anything. Now, a few seconds ago, I think we were at, like the enemy was like at 50 something points, right? We've just lost a few ships, and right now this looks like it could never be lost. But of course, this is World Warships, so I mean, it's going to be pretty hard, right? Mostly because, you know, we have a carrier that's pretty safely tucked away, and we have so many points, so that even if they go on a mad sinking spree, we should be able to get that with points alone. Now, since I've healed again, I'm happily engaging again, and I probably survive until my next heal. It depends if there's... But, you know, Missouri and the Friedrich are not going to set me on fire, most likely, so... And I should be able to survive the armor piercing until I get the next heal off. Or at least I think. But, you know, I wanna get more secondary hits. I only got 328 so far, right? We surely we can do better. Now, once again, Missouri is sort of broadside-ish, so be prepared to be disappointed. And, well, I mean, there's an incoming salvo. So I guess, well, he missed. And there goes the next heal. Now, when you look at the ships, you know, it looked like, after my push, it looked like we would win in any second now. And now we are almost equal on ships. Okay, so I'm shooting the Friedrich, that's going somewhat broadside, and, well, I mean, you know, as far as salvos go, I guess we'll take it. We don't have any expectations anymore. Oh, Friedrich is in second range, but he's almost dead. But, you know, getting a few more seconds of... Oh, the Enterprise is spotted. Now, I'll obviously shoot the Friedrich here first. But look at the secondaries engaging each other. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Meanwhile... Rook Deathstrike something, I guess. And look at it ship-wise. Now, we are now equal on ships, right? Despite our initial massive lead. Well, now we are one ship ahead again. But, you know, it's the points. It's the points that really make me say this. We are going to win this. And the fact that we have a Lexington, right? Even if they sink us here, that Lexington surviving will just make it a points victory. And, you know, once again, I've hit nothing there. So, we are fastly approaching my last heal, and of course now the carrier is getting involved. Which is a shame, I'm probably taking 2 here. And, well, no flooding, I guess. That's good. But we've got the Missouri in secondary range, right? We still haven't, we still didn't 100 secondary hits, right? So, let's see if we can do that. Now, last heal is engaged. And look at that, look at that. The Izumo has finally caught up with me. And the Friedrich still has. You see, even after all this time, the friendly Friedrich isn't actually sailing towards the enemy. I assume he just wants to use his rear guns. He's prioritizing that over actually getting close to an enemy. Which, at this point, he really shouldn't do, I guess. Anyway. So... Well, you know, another main gun disappointment. My hit points are once again getting pretty low. And, well, the carrier is going for the Cleveland, I think. Obviously, I mean, it's a Cleveland, right? And, oh, carrier versus Cleveland. Both tier 8. Obviously, the carrier wins. In that sense. You know, I've almost got the Kraken by now. And, you know, Missouri is pretty low. Well, not a bit. Well, if I can turn a bit, use my rear guns, maybe I can get that Kraken. The secondaries are also, like, still doing a good job there. And can we get the Kraken? Nope. Well, shame. So the Yugumo would also be pretty low. I kinda missed an opportunity, I think, to shoot it, but well. So you see, ship-wise, this battle, despite the massive initial lead, is so close ship-wise, but we just have the points, right? And thanks to that, this is going to be a nice victory. Once that, well, I mean, is somebody sinking a Yugumo? Well, the carrier is, and then we'll just reach 1,000 points. It's a shame because I was hoping I could still get a broadsword appant, but the enemy carrier is farming me also, so I probably wouldn't even survive long enough to shoot at Lepanto. Brings us to the results, and my division mate Rook obviously also did pretty well here. And I didn't quite get my Kraken in the end, but I had a very fun brawl. In the end, I managed to score 461 secondary hits, and I got the close quarters and the dreadnoughts. So close to the Kraken. Also, I got 86,000 points of damage in pure secondary damage, and, well, okay, I got one fire that did 0 damage. But you know, the main battery only did 59,000 points of damage, so main battery, massive disappointment, secondaries carried me through this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.